Hi, I'm Bella Heathcote, and this is Stories.
Does chaos count?
Yeah, that's our set story.
We're rushing to try to integrate all these characters. And then we have some very big scenes that take place at the distillery where all these gangs meet and there's a lot going on. So quite often, it's a lot for one person to handle. So I'll be working with the director, trying to move this thing over there. And then I'm rehearsing with my daughter, who, she's fantastic, but she doesn't think I know. You don't know what you're talking about. I go, excuse me? That kind of a thing. And we joke back and forth. And the chaos with that is she seems to look taller in every setup. I don't know what's going on. Either that or I'm shrinking into the earth like a leprechaun. Sam Jackson, behind the scene, I've known him for 30 years, and we talk all these retro stories. And you would think that you'd walk around in character and everyone's being very serious. What I like about this crew is everyone in the cast, they're joking. They're keeping it light. And I like to play music while they're setting up. Yacht rock. That's me, Mr. Yacht Rock. And it just seems to keep everyone buoyant, uplifted, and excited to keep working. And I call it the anti-dentist syndrome, where you go into an office, and you know you're going to get your teeth drilled, and there's no music. Give me something to distract me a little bit. They do things like that.
There was an official one, Sly threw a dinner, and that was delightful. The unofficial one was when I completely choked in front of him in my first take. That was bad. That was bad, and he was very kind about it. I walked up and shook Garrett's hand in the scene, even though we have a whole history together. And then I was like, what am I doing? And ran off camera.
I didn't even notice you choking. So,
oh man,
know what's so nice?
Came up to me and he was
Bella's
like,
so wonderful that when she chokes, it doesn't even look like anybody else's choke.
I choke like a professional. This is all sounding wrong now, it does.
Now it's gonna sound that way. Yeah, but this is set stories.
Set stories.
I could imagine it being a little stressful and annoying coming on to the show, third season. Bella came on. I'm amazed and I admire her so much for her poise coming on to it, because she just stepped off and just jumped in the full speed ahead. It wasn't long after, that everybody started saying like, hey, are you coming to Bella's later? Like, are you coming to Bella's barbecue? Hey, oh. I'm like, what are you guys doing Saturday? You want to do something? They're like, oh,
Johnny's
Bella's
Hideaway.
Taking us to Johnny's Hideaway.
That became the thing.
So then she became the captain of the ship. I became,
So basically we're saying I came on and muscled Garrett out? That's the story, right?
Yeah, that's our set story. Look, in all honesty, it was so great having Bella come on, because not only does it add this exciting new kind of relationship of sort of mystique and electricity to this environment of kind of machismo and risk and danger and thrill. She brings in her own thrill and danger, and she's a blast to work with.
That's funny. I do a lot more. A couple of times we had to stop filming. The cameraman goes, good news is, it sounds great. We can't see. A certain brand of cigar, it's a handmade cigar from Florida. And for some reason, I light up a normal cigar. It's like, nice, misty. This one is a 10-alarm fire. So I'll purposely do it sometime where it just smokes everything out. No, you can't see a damn thing. When I want to relax a little bit, like I need a break, sigh. What? And I mean, it's gotten to the point where I put it in an ashtray in front of me, and it comes out kind of like Old Faithful in Yellowstone Park. So.
Sitting in a room with Sly and Sam Jackson I would have sat in that room for the rest of my life, just watching those two interact on camera, off camera.
My favorite days were, there's scenes that we get into maybe around episode 3 where me and Bella take off on this road journey for a little bit. Those days were my favorite. Less people around, mano y mano.
Yeah, bit of flirting, bit of fun, bit of danger.
Well, the 5-star thing, there's only 2 of those in the world. I found a jeweler who had made that for Dwight D. Eisenhower because he was the only 5-star general. So I thought, if we can get that out of that jewelry museum and put that up there. I thought that'd be very significant. Dwight's watch is outrageous, and the gold bracelet is very, very unique. There's only one, but there's nothing like the clothes. Two-tone shoes.
Joy.
A Kelly Clarkson coffee mug.
Oh, I did, actually. Here, I've got it here. I did. Never been on the Kelly Clarkson show, maybe one day. Someone rented my house and they left this cup, and I'm a big proponent of keep cups. So this has become a real talking point. My Kelly Clarkson cup.
Yeah. I love Bella so much because I feel like we're like those two kids in class that sort of just kept riling each other up.
And had to be separated.
And had to be separated. Her sense of humor, her wit, her charm, even her sensitivities and vulnerabilities are very similar to my own. So it was very wonderful to work with. Very wonderful to work with myself.
I was getting very heavy with Robert Patrick. We're in the same booth together, and he's basically, I'm going to kill everything you love kind of speech. And I was ready to go after him. And I'm playing this, like, the voice is getting deeper. And this also, the cigar smoke was like going full flame then. And then I got a note, maybe you should try to unnerve him with your smile, your confidence, that you're not affected at all. So when he goes, I'm going to kill all your family, I'm going to do this, everything you love. First time was, second time is, really? Kind of like, you're getting a little carried away, old timer. And that works much better when Dwight does not get as heavy as he could, which is even more intimidating.
That
Man,
Bo and
tornado,
Garrett
we lost
went
5
to-
crew members.
I was going to say when Bo and Garrett went to Be
I was
Hot
going to say
Yoga.
this tornado that
He's just trying to distract from the fact that he went to a place called Be Hot Yoga and that he didn't have a clean top that day. So he had to buy a t-shirt that was a woman's t-shirt, and he left instead of like a crop top that said Be Hot Yoga. I've got the photo. If only I could cut to it now.
She
I
does
would.
have the photo. This is Collider. This is a main publication, and now the whole thing is going to be about me
Hot
wearing
Pilates.
a women's tube top, like, after taking it to Be
You're
Hot
comfortable
Yoga.
in your sexuality. I think it's good. You're going to have to cut us off. This is what it's like on set, but not when the camera's rolling. I've got the t-shirt.
I
It's
also
so
gave
comfortable.
her that photo that she's using as blackmail.
I own you.
Photo was taken on my phone. I texted it to her.
I remember when I was working with a small bit with Jack Lemmon in Prisoner of Second Avenue, and he just seemed to always be on his game. And I go, how do you trigger yourself? Because you're over there talking, because George C. Scott used to do the same thing, playing cards. All right, time. Okay, George, come on, Jack. And then by the time they were walk across the set to get in position, they're in the groove. So Jack Lemmon said, he just takes like 3 breaths, lets him out at a 4-second interval, and as he's walking, he's going, magic time, magic time, magic time. It sounds trivial, but after a while, it almost gets you into this meditative state. Yeah, magic time, magic. Now you're ready. It's like a quarterback going, hut 1, hut 2, hut 3. You're ready to go.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. It was such a pleasure meeting you, and I can't wait for people to see season 3 of Tulsa King. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.